before jumping into all the intricate life processes that we'll be studying, I want you all to think that what is life, right? That's a bit philosophical question, but what is life? Like, what is living, in fact, in your mind? You can raise your hand and answer. Nobody? Anyone would like to say anything, or shall I continue? Okay, no one wants to add. All right. Okay, so living or life means something that is living, right? We always use this word, normal, every day-to-day life that we call is living. Something that is living is breathing. According to us, what we say is living is breathing, right? So, if we say that a cat is living, why? It is probably moving, right? It is chasing a mouse, let's say. So, for us, something that is living is we say that we can have it like it is reacting or acting to certain situations. Like I am speaking, right? You guys, I am living. I am moving my hands, so I am living. Next thing is processes. So what is living processes basically? Is it waking up every day, taking a bath? No. In biological terms, when we talk about life processes, it means all of those processes that are required to maintain a life, to sustain a life, to make something living. So if I am living today, like let's say right now I'm living, right? So what does that mean is I am breathing, right? My heart is working. I have to go to the loo, or I have a pulse that is moving in my head, right? I am eating. Any process that keeps you alive is your life process, right? Everyone, we are all doing life processes every day, right? So, and next thing we have is in animals. So, what are the life processes in animals basically? What does animal means? The organisms that are not going to be able to make up their own food, right? So they are going to derive food from other source materials, like wheat from plants or animal or other animals, right? Dairy or meat, all of those things. So we are not going to focus on plants, but we are going to focus on animals. But that doesn't mean plants are non-living, right? Your first question would be, ma'am, plant is not moving, so hence plant maybe is not living. Actually, plant is living because plant is growing, right? It is growing. It is making its own food. So it is also living. All right. All right. So for our life processes, we have digestion in humans. So we are all humans here. Everyone has eaten today, right? I'm basically sure. Since the morning. We've eaten the breakfast, we've eaten lunch, and probably a bit of mid snack in the afternoon, right? After the lunch. So when you eat, so since I am talking about humans, we are talking about animals, we are not going to make our own food, right? We are not going to go out in the sun, stand like a plant and we don't have that power. So we're gonna acquire our food from some other plant. Like today I ate ladyfinger, right? So that is a plant, right? So I have acquired my food from outside source. The kind of nutrition that animals have is heterotrophic nutrition. What does that mean? That I am dependent on other things. When I say that I am not being able to prepare my own food, that doesn't mean that I can't make my food in the kitchen. That is other thing, right? That is just making my own food means I'm making food from scratch, like from carbon dioxide. I can't do that, right? So I have to take food from the outside, right? So the first life process that we'll be focusing today is digestion in humans, right? Everybody hear what we're going to talk about today? All right. So we are, wait, here. First you have is autotrophic nutrition, right? So autotrophic nutrition, auto means self, not the auto that you take, but auto means self, right? So organisms that can make their own food from scratch, from like non-organic things, inorganic things like carbon dioxide. Any organism that can take up carbon dioxide and fix it into what we call is glucose is autotrophic. As we know, all the plants are autotrophic, right? Not all. We'll learn more about that in maybe another class. But today we are going to say that yes, all green colored plants are autotrophic in nature. Right. Now, see, here they have written, they have taken simpler. Wait, what happened? Something happened, right?
Someone else is also sharing its screen.
Oh,
Student with the name Alexan Parumal, please stop sharing your screen. Yeah, it's fine.
so shall I share again?
Yes, ma'am, you can. I would request everyone once again, please switch on your cameras. And everyone, those who have joined, please write your names in the chat box section as well.
Oops. Now it's gonna refresh. Hopefully, yeah. Right. So we are here. Right. So as I said, autotrophic means self, right? Something that is going to make its own food. So we were talking about plants. See, they have written simpler in or simpler in. Wait, my camera. Oh, wait. Something is happening. Okay. I think I have to refresh it because someone shared their screen. It's bugged my screen somewhere. 1 second. Let's just start here. It is visible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, the screen is visible, but the other.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I see. 1 second. I'll present it. Hopefully they'll go away.
Okay. Rama, you have raised your hand. Is it something you want to ask?
Yes, I have a question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So, as you said, all green plants undergo autotrophic nutrition.
Yeah.
Right. But Venus flytrap is a green colored plant.
See,
And
Venus flytrap is a plant that has mixed nutrition. So it is autotrophic as well as heterotrophic. It depends on like other insects for nitrogen requirements. Okay.
yeah,
So that is not sure that all green plants will be like, even mistletoe has mixed nutrition, right? So generally, when we speak, that all green plants are photosynthetic. Generally, just generally, there will be, yeah.
so we can say like most green plants.
Yeah, you can say most green plants. Yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, are humans autotrophic or heterotrophic?
Oh, we are heterotrophic. See, making your own food means you are making food from carbon dioxide and water. Let me go ahead. See, here they have written carbon dioxide and water. So, what does that require? You are taking carbon dioxide from the air and making food with it. Food is glucose basically here, right? So, we can't do that. When you do that, you require some kind of energy. That energy is usually solar energy, right? Sunlight. So, plants, what they do is they take carbon dioxide from the air and sunlight and they fix that carbon dioxide into glucose that we eat, right? But we can't do that. If I go outside in the sun, all I'm going to get is tan. That is it. I can't make carbon dioxide into glucose. I just have to eat glucose from the outside. That is my plant. I take chapati or roti, right? So how do I make that? I take grains from plant. Well, and that grains from plant come from, of course, plant made it by autotrophic nutrition. It fixed that food. That process is photosynthesis. Yeah, easy. So we are heterotrophic. Shall I go ahead? Any doubts?
Yes, master.
Yeah.
If we grow any like a Venus flytrap in a soil which is rich in nitrogen, so will it grow?
Oh, see. So Venus flytrap has these special structures where it traps those insects for nitrogen requirement. Even if you grow Venus flytrap into a very good nitrogenous soil, it has those organs which are evolved in such a way that they trap those organs. Yeah, but sure, if you keep going Venus flytrap in that nitrogen rich area for like billions of years, it might lose its structures, the flap structures. It might. See, evolution is always, you might not know what happened. Okay. So it's not like it's not going to, it has those structures, so it will use those structures. Okay? Shall I
Yes,
go ahead?
yes,
Okay. All right. See, autotrophs, we usually call them producers. Why? Because they are producing food, right? So they are known as producers. An example, they have given green plants. So you can also write example here as algae, right? We know algae. Everyone has seen that green colored thing that grows on your rooftops, right? It is also photosynthetic in nature. Our oceans have a lot of algae, and algae can be a lot of color. Okay, it can be green, brown, it can be yellow. So they fix carbon dioxide into food, that is glucose, right? All right. Heterotrophic is where you are taking nutrition or nourishment from other thing. You can't make your own food, right? When your mom says she's making food, all she's doing is like she's cooking food. She's not making food from scratch, right? She's not standing outside in the like your father is not standing outside in the sunlight and making food from carbon dioxide. No, we're just taking the glucose from the potato itself. Like if you're eating potato, potato is full of glucose. It's full of starch. So that is what you're going to eat. So you're going to eat organic things, not okay. So that is what our body consumes, right? So it is usually glucose that we eat. So we'll be dependent on other plants and animals. So since we are consuming these plants and animals, we are known as consumers, right? So usually all animals are consumers. All right. And certain non-green plants, like they have written, they are also like example, Cuscuta is one of these non-green plants, right? Next is fungus. Fungus is also heterotrophic. It is feeding on like, dead organisms. So it is also heterotrophic, right? Clear? Clear differences between autotrophs and heterotrophs? Anyone, any doubt? Yeah, Vaishnavi?
Ma'am, how fungi is dead organism? It can grow on the rotten foods.
Yeah, see, that rotten food is dead right now, right? It is not living. It is nothing but just food. So it is going to feed on that thing. Okay. When it is rotting, that bread is rotting, that is when it's going to attack it. Got it? All right. Basically, why we say dead is that they consume these things from outside of the body. Like they'll release all these enzymes that you learn in ahead of the classes and then eat it. So their digestion happens outside the body. That is why we classify them into different groups. Okay. We are going to go into detail about it. All right. So Aniket, yes?
Ma'am, I had one doubt that even mushrooms are fungi, like they are fungi only, no?
Yeah.
So, ma'am, sometimes mushrooms grow in my plants, like near my plants in the pots. So, why is it so? Even though my plants are alive.
There is something dead in the soil. Probably some other organism, some other worm, or some other thing that it can use as food. Okay, we don't know what is inside the soil. We can only see above the soil.
Okay,
Yeah.
ma'am.
All right. Someone, yeah, Vivan.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Like heterotrophs are dependent on autotrophs, so are autotrophs dependent on heterotrophs?
See, autotrophs are sort of dependent on heterotrophs because whatever we release as gases as respiration, you learn that in respiration. So everyone knows that we inhale oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. Everybody knows that. Yeah. So we inhale oxygen and we give out carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide acts as a raw material for fixing food for autotrophs. So we are all sort of interdependent on each other. Okay. All right. See, I want you guys to also think one thing. When I was teaching this class, I think when I was teaching last year, someone asked me, ma'am, you said that humans are heterotrophs. Like heterotrophs, they don't make their own food. Their doubt was, but ma'am, when someone becomes a mother, they make their own food. Like they can make milk. Cows make milk. You just said that animals are heterotrophs, but these, these women who become mothers, they can make their own milk. Isn't milk food? So how are animals heterotrophs if they can make their own food? Right? We should think about these questions. Right? It's a good question or not? Right? So we don't classify animals as autotrophs even if they can make their own milk. The reason is that why? Because they are making milk from organic sources. Like they're making milk from glucose source only. They're not taking carbon dioxide and fixing it into milk sugar. Right? What they have eaten, like whatever glucose they have eaten, they are making that into the milk sugar that is known as lactose. So you are not making lactose from just carbon dioxide. That is why we do not say that. Even if you are making your own milk after giving birth, you are not classified as autotroph. Okay? Got it? All right, let's move ahead. All right, so we're going to do nutrition in animals. All right. So there are many modes of nutrition in animals. Like the first one is they have given you herbivores. So guys, this is all heterotrophs, right? Because animals are heterotrophic, right? First, they have given you is herbivorous animals, right? Animals that are going to eat herbs, basically green grass eating animals. Everyone has seen these animals, right? Cow, goat, sheep, horse, all are herbivores, right? Deer. Correct? So they are the ones that are directly dependent on the producers. Okay, they are just eating plants. Next mode of nutrition that comes in animals is carnivores. Carnivores means animals that are going to eat other animals, like they are dependent on meat. Yeah? So that is tiger, lion, shark. Okay, so the one that is above the herbivores. Got it? The next one you have is omnivores animals, which are, of course, we know, going to eat plants as well as animals. Biggest example we know is human, right? So you can eat protein as meat sources from eggs. You can also eat green leafy vegetables, spinach, right? All these kind of things. Our diet is spanning through all these things. You eat animals, we eat plant source food, milk, curd, all these are animal products, right? So we are also eating animal products. Next thing you have in mode of nutrition in animals is parasites. These are very important. Parasites are those organisms which are feeding on other organisms, but they are, living on them only. Like they can be inside their body or be outside their body, right? So example, this is lice, the one that you get on your head, right? What does it do? The difference between this organism, carnivore and parasite is, see, your first example would be, ma'am, but you just said carnivores are dependent on other animals. Isn't parasite the same thing? No. In carnivores, like you eat the animal, you digest the animal, right? You are doing the work of digestion. You are breaking the food, you are tearing it down. All that food is going to be digested by you, by your body. Parasites, in what they do, they take digested food from other organisms, right? So they are like example, say your teacher says do this question, right? She gives you a homework. There will be one student who will do the whole work by themselves. That is carnivores, right? They are going to digest the whole thing by themselves. There is one friend of you who is going to copy all of you without doing any process, right? So that is parasite. What it's going to do is it's going to take all of your nutrition without doing digestion, without doing any work. That is basically skipping one step. So what happens when you get lice or tapeworm is, see, I have eaten food, I have digested the food, and food is now inside my arteries, right, inside my blood. What lice is going to do is going to suck that blood. It is not going to do digestion at all. It is just going to take digested food from me. The food I digested. I did all the work, and now the lice is going to eat it. So you get, that is the difference between parasites and normal animals. So parasites can be endo and ecto. Endo means something that is inside you. Ecto will be a parasite that is living, on your skin. Like lice is ectoparasite. It is outside of your body. It's just taking blood from you, right? Endoparasites are inside you. Like tapeworm is inside us. Like if someone gets that parasite, tapeworm is inside us. Has anyone here ever heard we've got worms in our stomach? Children usually get those, right? When you eat bad food or bad water. Have you ever heard anyone that they got worms in their stomach, right? Anybody has ever heard that? Raise your hand. Oh, you have? That's great. So, there is one thing when, you see a child and they keep eating and eating and eating. Like they are eating twice their diet and their weight is not increasing, right? And they're always hungry. So what happens is there is the doctor will be like, okay, this child is eating all day, they're always hungry, and their weight is also not increasing. That means that some kind of parasite is eating the food that they are eating. Right. So this is how doctors actually find out if you have parasites. Like you're always constantly eating something, but your weight is not increasing at all. And you're always and always hungry. Right. So that means that some kind of sneaky person is sneaking all your food. Those things are parasites. Right?
Ma'am,
Anybody? Yeah.
ma'am, at which part of the human body will we have the tapeworms?
They go in the intestine. They hook their mouth there and they take all our food from there. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So it actually depends where the parasite lives, right? Depends on what they want from us. Okay. Anybody, anything?
Nitra has a hand raised.
Oh, okay.
Ma'am, actually, I want to ask if mosquito is an omnivore.
Oh, no, mosquito is a parasite. It is thriving on our blood. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's taking our blood away. So anything, it's taking our blood away. It's taking digested food away from us. It's taking all the food that I've spent energy on digesting and just took away like a thief, right? So that's what they work like. Next thing you have is scavengers. So in scavengers, animals which feed on the dead bodies of animals. So don't confuse this with fungus or saprophytes. Okay, don't do that. Scavengers are those animals that are going to feed on like a carcass or a dead body. Okay, like a vulture or a jackal. Right, they have very sharp canine teeth. Like their teeth is very sharp. They can chew through bones. Okay, they go through bones and they completely take off the meat from the bones. Like for example, let's say some animal dies in the jungle, right? A lion killed and it's the carnivore, so it is eating that deer. After certain taking off all the meat, what it will leave the dead body as such. Now on that dead body, there is a lot of organic mass, right? There is a lot of meat yet present. So there are organisms that are scavengers. They are going to take all of the rest of the meat outside. Like vultures have a very bent beak, right? You must have seen that in the photographs. Why do they have that? Because they're going to take up all the meat from the bones, right? They're going to scavenge those things. In English, scavenger means trying to save all the things that you can. So scavengers are animals which are going to feed on dead bodies, like jackals or vultures. Do not confuse them with fungus. Okay?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Is scavengers are similar to omnivores?
No. See, bear is an omnivore, but bear is not a scavenger. Scavengers are those animals which are going, like, imagine you are in a jungle, right? And you see, scavengers are those animals which are going to feed on a dead body. Omnivores do not feed on dead things. They feed on living things. Like a bear will hunt something. You understand? Scavengers don't hunt.
Means it can't take risk to hunt other animals?
No, see, it's not like they are not strong enough to do that. It's just that is their property. See, in nature, everything is designed in such a way. Because imagine if you leave a dead body as such, and no one is scavenging it, no one is taking off the excess meat of it, what happens? It becomes a hub of diseases, right? It is going to become a hub of infection. So nature designs organism in such a way that there is going to be some scavenger who's going to get rid of all the excess meat. Understand? So it's not like they're not smart enough to hunt. It's just that is how they are, their properties. That is how their mode of nutrition is. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, Raima?
Yeah, so you mentioned herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, parasites, and scavengers. What about symbionts?
What about?
Symbionts.
Oh, see, symbionts are not totally made of animals, right? We are only talking about animals here. Sometimes symbiotic relationship is where both of the parties have shared interest. Like imagine us. You are here. Why? Because you want to learn. So you are benefiting from that.
Yeah.
Why I am here? Because I love teaching, right? So I am benefiting from that. So we are in a symbiotic relationship. We are both benefiting from that, right? When you have symbiotic relationships in nature, it is usually a lichen, let's say, right? So in lichen, you have a fungus and an algae part. Okay, so algae is actually the photosynthetic part, the producer part,
Hmm.
right? And fungus is where it's going to give shelter to the algae. It's going to give place, home to the algae to live, and it's going to give. It's fungus have very good structures to absorb water and minerals, so it is going to pass that to algae. So algae is going to make better food. So they are both helping each other out, right? So there is no different. We don't classify them as a different kind of mode of nutrition. Okay.
But why do we not classify them as a separate?
Okay, so we don't do that because symbiotic relationships are very diverse in nature. It's not just about food. Sometimes I'll tell you. Sometimes there is like in nature you have a crocodile. Have you ever seen crocodiles keep their mouths like this? Have you ever seen sometimes little birds come up and take up their food, right?
Yes.
Teeth. Yeah. And sometimes you must have seen some kind of birds are eating off the animal's back, some cow's back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes.
they're trying to help each other out. But that doesn't mean that it is only dependent on that animal, right? It's not the mode of nutrition. You understand? It is just taking advantage of the situation. That bird's mode of nutrition is omnivore mode of nutrition. It is just taking advantage of a symbiotic relationship to take nutrition from other organism that is also in need of that relationship. Understand? So it is not primary method. Like that bird is not just going to feed on that crocodile's stuck up food, right? It is omnivorous in nature. It is just taking advantage of the situation. Okay. All right.
Ma'am,
Let's. Yeah.
what are actually symbiotes? I have heard them somewhere.
Oh, symbiotes are
Yeah.
like mutual relationships between two kind of organisms, right? Like you are also benefiting, I am also benefiting. So that is symbiotic relationship. Like I told you, this when a fungus lives together with an algae, that is symbiotic relationship. They both are going to benefit by living together. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Oh, so we are actually on Holozoic nutrition. Yeah.
Ma'am,
Right. Yeah.
what
Yeah.
is indigestion?
Okay, someone wants to ask a question. Nitra is asking question. Let's hear her first, and then we'll go to Prashant. Yeah, Nitra.
If an animal only one time feeds on an dead organism, does it count as a
No,
scavenger?
no. See, that
Means
is yeah.
completely feeding only means the scavenger, ma'am.
See, scavengers are those organisms that are just going to feed on dead bodies. Just feeding on dead bodies, like vultures. Vultures are best scavengers. It is we say there is a saying in jungle that when you spot a vulture, that means that you are going to spot a dead body of any other organism laying around, right? So they are just going to feed on dead bodies. If some other organism is, let's say, feeding on a dead body, it is just doing out of survival. See, that is their survival instinct. They don't want to die, so they'll just eat anything that they find out. But that is not their mode of nutrition. Okay.
Ma'am, what is
Yes,
this
ma'am.
last one?
What
It
is
is
this? What Prashant, what?
this last one is the removal of undigested food.
Oh,
What will
see,
happen to it?
I'm not discussed this yet. No issues. We'll discuss this. Not discuss this slide yet.
Okay, ma'am.
Just landed
Ma'am,
on it.
what about a crow, ma'am? Is it an scavenger?
What about a crow?
Crow.
Oh,
Yes.
see, crow actually falls in the case of omnivores. We don't call crows are scavengers. Crows do actually feed on dead bodies. Okay, we have seen that sometimes they do feed on dead bodies, but their mode of nutrition is omnivores. They'll go for, like, they hunt, right? Or crows hunt rabbits, they hunt little organisms and all that. So crows are omnivores. See, vultures are scavengers. Why? Because every day, all they eat is dead bodies. Right? Their whole meal is that. Crows can eat seeds, they can eat other living things. They can also eat dead bodies. Like, we have all those rituals that in some kind of religions people do that. But that doesn't mean that it's a scavenger. Okay, but because it's 3 times 3 meal is not a dead body. Only an animal who's just eating a dead body, and they are just feeding or remnant meats of the bones, those are scavengers. Okay, like jackals or vultures.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am,
All right.
okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, Kavita.
Ma'am, I have seen some animals that actually eat grass, but they are omnivorous, ma'am. What is the reason behind that?
Some animals that eat grass, but they are
Omnivorous. Omnivorous.
omnivores can eat both. Okay,
That's not. I mean carnivore, like lions,
lions are eating grass.
and they are telling that it is for vomiting.
No. Again, ask me.
Ma'am, I saw a video that told me that lions eat grass because they have indigestion.
Oh, see, they did see. If I say I can eat plastic, of course I can eat that, right? I can take it inside my body and eject it out. See, sometimes due to survival, these animals can eat outside of their eating habits. Like, if you starve a lion, what it's going to eat? It will eat anything that is in front of it, right? So that is in case of survival. In case of survival, you do anything to survive. Okay? So
Okay, ma'am.
different, like, that is out of exception case. That never happens usually. The lion is going to eat other things only. Okay, like other animals. It is not going to eat grass because it can't digest grass. It's useless for it to eat grass.
Got it.
All right. Next thing we have is, guys, holozoic nutrition. Okay, holo means complete. Okay. So complete nutrition means, guys, that you are going to eat the food, you're going to digest the food. All right. The thing is, when you are eating the food, you are eating some complex kind of food. Like, if I say I ate a chapati today, what did I eat? I ate starch. Right? That is what I ate. Now, my body can't take up starch as it is. Like, I need food to survive. Everybody knows that, right? We say food is energy. Everyone knows that, right? So I need to eat. And if I need to eat, my blood has to have that food inside it. Now, problem arise, I ate the bread. I ate a piece of bread. Issue is, I cannot digest, I cannot absorb this bread. My body cannot uptake this bread. I have to break it down. Okay? I have to break this complex thing into smaller things so that it can be taken up by my body. That is why there is need of digestion. Okay. First question should arrive. Ma'am, you just said we need glucose to eat. If I drink glucon D or if I just eat a chapati, is it enough? No. The thing is, you need to digest those things. You need to break those complex things into smaller things that can be taken up by your body and converted into energy. The whole reason you are eating food is you need energy. Okay? Right? To survive. If I'm speaking today, right now I'm speaking, right? How am I speaking? There is energy in my body, right? And where does that energy come from? Food. And how is food absorbed in my body? In smaller substances. So to make the food smaller, I need to go through a step that is very important, which is digestion. Okay? All right. So the first thing you're going to do is ingest the food. Eat the food. Like, I'll take a bite of whatever I am eating. Got it? First step, eating. Second step, taking that complex food into making it into smaller things, which can actually be taken up by my body. Got it? That thing is known as digestion. See, breakdown of complex food substances into smaller food substances. I need to do this because those bigger substances are useless for me. I can't use them at all. So I have to break them into smaller things. So the starch, for example, needs to be broken into smaller things. Okay. Now, when I break all these things into smaller components, I need to uptake this, right? Absorb this. Got it? So when I break them into smaller things, let's say the starch breaks into smaller units, I need to absorb it in my body. Got it? That thing is known as absorption. First ingestion, then digestion, and then after digestion, you have absorption. So digested food gets absorbed into the body cells. Got it? Now there is a step which is assimilation. Now this is very important. See, I ate the food, I digested the food and then absorbed the food. Now this food has to be, let's say, converted into energy, right? Or I have to use this food into some other process. I'm going to make proteins with that food. I am going to make chemicals or hormones in my body from that food, right? I'm going to increase my mass. I'm going to increase my muscle. I'm going to increase in height, in weight. So that process is known as assimilation, where I take this absorbed food and integrate into my body. Like I make new things. I repair my cells. I grow my cells. I make energy. That process is assimilation. Got it? So we eat ingestion, then digestion, then absorption, and then assimilation. Like you assimilate whatever you have eaten. Got it? Next thing is
Ma'am,
eat. Yeah.
ma'am, how and where absorption takes place?
Oh, see, I am just giving you a brief. We are going to like completely dive into everything. Ingestion, digestion, absorption, everything. Like that is the whole topic that we have to discuss. Okay? So
Ma'am,
don't
but
worry.
I'm asking which part of
Oh,
the body?
it is happening in small intestine. Okay?
Ma'am, is the
Yeah, yeah.
every
Is
is the every food coming from the trees counted as starch?
No. I just gave you one example. No. We are eating a lot of things. We are eating starch, we are eating proteins, we are eating fats, right? So we are not just eating starch. I just took starch because I was talking about the chapati. Chapati is a starch, right? That is why I took starch. Like example, if you ate egg, so you ate protein with it. Okay? Like that protein is known as albumin protein. So it depends what you are eating. Okay, the three things guys, what you eat are carbohydrates, right? Fats,
And
and
protein.
very good. So these are the things you're going to eat. Starch is a carbohydrate. That is why I took starch as example. Okay?
But starch is the biggest part of our food, right, ma'am?
Yeah, mostly we eat starch. Like, potato is full of starch, rice is full of starch, chapatis are full of starch. Usually a breakfast food is starch, right? If you're eating poha, that is starch, dalia is starch, utpam is starch. So these things, every day we eat. So these are usually starch. Got it?
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, in the glucose, when I eat it, I get instant energy. While I eat chapatis, it takes time to get energy. What is the
Exactly. Very good. See, the thing when you drink glucose D, you're just taking glucose, right? You're taking glucose in a very digestive, absorptive form. When you're eating chapati, you're eating starch. That starch has to be first broken down and then you'll get energy. Okay? It's not like you just ate starch and you have instant energy. No. It is going to take some time. Why? Because you have to do this step of digestion. Okay? You can't absorb starch. Got it?
got it, ma'am?
Okay, great.
Vaishnavi, you have a doubt?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Ma'am, is that a myth that a human become half dead after sleeping?
Oh, see, that those things are just, said to make you guys interested in science. Thing is, when you are sleeping, your brain is, resetting. Usually your brain eats this glucose. Your brain works on glucose, right? So when you are sleeping, your brain is somehow resetting. It is taking rest. So that is why people say that you are half dead, because you are just sleeping, right? You're not doing anything. You're not talking. You're not walking. You're not listening. You're not speaking. But see, your heart is working. Your body is working, your pulse is working, your breathing is working. So you're not dead at all. You're completely living. And I would say you are, in fact, more living because you're having dreams, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So you're still living. It's just said that because certain part of your brain is resting, it's taking time to reset. When it will wake up, it will be recharged. Have you ever felt that a good sleep feels good? Like by after falling asleep, you feel recharged. That's just what's happening. Okay. All right. We were at a simulation. Like all the digested food you've taken, you're going to make energy from it. You're going to repair your cells. Going to make proteins. Going to make new cells. Last thing, all that undigested food that is left, that will be egested out of your body. Okay, that is done at the last step of the digestion. This is known as Holozoic nutrition. Holo means you're doing it completely by yourself. Humans do Holozoic nutrition, right? We eat, we digest, we absorb, we assimilate, and then we go to the loop. Okay? Got it?
Ma'am,
Yeah?
what is meant by hydration? And we don't get any benefit from the water, ma'am. But why we need water?
Oh, so why do you need water? Oh, see, you need water because, of course, all the things that you have in your body are your blood is water. Your blood has mostly 90%. Yeah, your blood is mostly just water. Okay, so that is why you need water. And all the cytoplasm that you have inside a cell, it also has a lot of water, right? So everything that is most of the human body is just water. Okay, so you need water. And yeah, water acts as a solvent, it acts as a reactant. Okay, okay. Yeah, very. Is my screen now not visible? I think someone shared their screen, so I am out.
Yes, your screen is not visible.
Okay, let me try to do it again. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, okay. We are here. Shall I go? Okay, we'll go ahead on sixth slide. We've already done this. All right, so we are going to do nutrition in amoeba. Okay, before jumping to humans, let's go for a little smaller organism. Okay, and in amoeba, you have holozoic nutrition. So we just did all the steps in holozoic nutrition, right? Now, that now first is ingestion, next is digestion. Talk with me. Ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and then excretion. The 5 stops, right? Now in amoeba, you are going to see those 5 stops. Okay. Before jumping to humans, we do the smaller ones. Okay. Amoeba is a unicellular organism. Unicellular means it just is one cell, right? And amoeba is special in a case it has no specific cell shape, right? It is just a scribble like this. This is amoeba. I can say this is amoeba, right? So amoeba, what it does is it has The same step. So when amoeba finds a food, it is like a very small organism, right? So when it finds the food, first thing it's going to do is ingest that food. Now amoeba is just one cell, so it is not going to have a mouth. Okay, like us, we have a mouth. Amoeba does not have a mouth. What amoeba has in special, in fact, is these things. Can you guys see this irregular structure that works as its feet? This thing is known as pseudopodia. Pseudo as a means false, podia means feet. Okay, so amoeba has these false feet. So amoeba doesn't have a fixed shape. Today, right now, it looks like this. Maybe next instant it looks like this. Okay, so it doesn't have a fixed shape. What it does is with this false feet, it moves. Basically, it is moving. So you see, when this amoeba finds a food thing, like it finds a food particle, what it does is, it's very smart. It takes its false feet, since false feet can, change their shape and all that. It surrounds that food in such a way that it makes a circle around it. In the third figure, you can see that pseudopodia, they extend out towards the surface and engulf that food material. Okay. It has a very flexible cytoplasm, a very flexible cell membrane. So it uses these extensions to surround the food particle, right? And then what happens, it takes in the food. Okay. This thing is known as ingestion. It is ingesting the food. Basically, see, here is my food. Let me clear it so you guys can see. Here is my food. Now my pseudopodia is going to come around it and take it inside, right? Got it? This thing is actually also known as endocytosis. Endo means inside. Cytosis means inside the cytoplasm. So it is taking the food and taking it inside the cytoplasm. Got it?
Ma'am,
Yeah.
is this organism dangerous for human, ma'am?
Oh, see, amoeba is not actually that dangerous, but there are certain kind of amoebas that can be dangerous because they eat flesh. So you have to be wary which kind of amoeba you are surrounded by. Got it?
Ma'am,
Yeah.
I saw a video, ma'am.
Yeah.
Some small fishes biting the feet, ma'am. And if there was an open wound, the bacteria goes inside the open wound and eats the bones and flesh, ma'am. What is that bacteria?
Oh, that is a flesh-eating bacteria probably. See, there are many things that you can have, other side kind of organisms, which can eat your flesh. So usually that is like a brain-eating bacteria or a brain-eating amoeba. Okay?
Got it, ma'am.
Okay. Shall I go ahead?
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, do amoeba have eyes?
No, amoeba is just one cell. It has nothing. It is just one cell membrane and one nucleus. That is all. Not
So, ma'am,
like that.
how can they locate their foods?
Oh, see, they have on their cell membrane, right? They have kind of special structures. Those are known as receptors, right? So they actually find. See, have you ever seen a cockroach? They have those big antennas, right? Those are like
Yes.
the receptor structures. Amoeba they don't have like those visible big structures, but on the cell membrane they have the special structures, like special on the cell membrane there is specialized structures which can find out. They can sense where is the food. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So those things are actually known as receptors. Okay. You also have a lot of receptors. Okay, they are just different, very advanced in structure and very localized where they are. Like you can sense food, right? Through your nose. Amoeba also has certain kind of things, specialized things which can sense the food. Okay. All right. So where is amoeba found? See, amoeba, these are like, someone asked me where is amoeba found. Amoeba is like a microscoping thing. So it can be present anywhere. Like it is present in the water. Usually it is present a lot of amoeba present in the water bodies, right? Can be present anywhere. You just can't see it. Okay. All right. So when amoeba finds its food, first thing it does, it surrounds the food and gets the food inside. Right. So you ingested the food. Next stop is everyone digestion. You are going to break that food into the the absorptive form, right? The one that you can take up. So the thing that you're going to do next is digestion. So you're going to make a food vacuole around it. Can you guys can see the food vacuole here? Right. So you're going to make a little boundary of that food, right? And you're going to say, this is my food vacuole. So the thing is, there is no fixed food vacuole in amoeba, right? So it finds food anywhere, it's just going to endocytose it, and that thing will make a food vacuole around it, right? What happens is this amoeba secretes some kind of digestive juices which breaks this food into simpler substances. So basically, this is digestion. It is going to secrete something, right? Like it's just like scissors. It's going to use scissors and cut all the bigger substances into smaller substances. Okay, got it? Now that is digestion. Next you are going to do is all the broken down food, right? You have completely digested the food. You're just going to take it inside the cell, right? So you're going to absorb it. We are talking about a unicellular organism here. So everything, ingestion, digestion, absorption, egestion, it's going to happen in one cell, right? It doesn't happen. This is just the, let's say, the simplest food digestion in one organism because it is unicellular. Okay, so it is going to absorb all that food and it's going to use that food to absorb the food to make energy, to make, increase the size of the cell or whatever. Next thing, what it's going to do is whatever that wastage that it can't use, right? It's going to ingest it out. So it's going to remove that waste just by, in a food vacuole. In that same food vacuole, it's going to leave it out. Okay.
Ma'am, do bacteria need food to survive?
Absolutely.
Which food?
For bacteria, half of the time food is just other organism. Have you ever heard, like we have got some kind of bacterial infection, someone's got typhoid. Typhoid is caused by a bacteria, right? So what is food for typhoid? Us?
Yes.
Our inner cells, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So it's also eating. Got it?
Ma'am,
Yeah.
can amoeba sense atoms?
Amoeba, no. See, amoeba is going to sense things like food, things like other organisms. Of course, atoms is what? Everything is atoms, right? This pen is atom. I am made of atoms. We are all made of atoms. So of course, it can sense atoms.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Someone's asked me some question. Is amoeba dangerous? Someone has asked that. Do amoeba is harmful? See, amoeba is not that harmful, but it depends on what kind of amoeba we have. There is like one flesh-eating amoeba found in water bodies, which attacks the brains. So that is not good. Depends on what amoeba you are talking about. Okay.
Do the bacteria eat other bacteria also, ma'am?
Oh yeah, they absolutely can. Bacteria can eat viruses. Viruses can eat bacteria. Bacteria can attack others. Okay, right? Anything can happen. Okay, so there can be any host, any. Yeah.
Ma'am, which is the harmful bacteria or virus? Which is the harmful bacteria or virus?
Both are harmful, but viruses are most harmful, more harmful. Both are harmful, but in degree comparatively, viruses are more harmful. Okay.
Ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Vaishnavi goes first and then Vivan. Yeah, Vaishnavi?
Ma'am, do amoeba secretes HCl?
No, its digestive juices are different than us. It's going to secrete some kind of enzymes. Maybe not HCl, but it's going to secrete those enzymes. Okay? Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Vivan?
Ma'am, where can we find amoeba?
Oh, in water bodies, rivers, okay? Anywhere. You can find it anywhere. It's just a microscopic thing. You can find it anywhere. Take a... Yeah.
Ma'am, are amoeba harmful for the fishes?
See, amoeba can be harmful if it is flesh-eating amoeba. Okay, so it can harm those organisms and attack their brains. It's only those kind of amoeba that can be harmful.
Are there
Okay.
any useful amoeba for fishes, ma'am?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Okay. I don't think there are. Okay. Breakdown of complex foods. Everyone answer this. Okay. Breakdown of complex food substances into soluble food substances is known as
Digestion.
very good.
Digestion.
Write
Digestion.
your answers in the chat box. Write your answers in the chat.
You can write your the option in the chat box, but everyone, well done. Very good. Ingestion is taking the food in, right? Absorption is absorbing the digested food. Assimilation is making energy from that digested food, okay, or making or adding on to the mass of the cell through that digested food. Very good, everyone. Very nice.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
where is chat box?
Oh, see, open that thing, that chat type thing. See, it's like a message type thing on the right side of the Meet tab.
Are you logged in from your phone or your laptop or anything?
Phone.
Okay, so in the phone you would see three options in the three buttons in the side for going to the options. There you can go and you can click into from the beginning. So 21st from the last. You can go into chat. Will be there. 7 more. You will be chat box. You will see an option there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's it.
All right. Shall we resume? Okay, we are on human digestive system now. Okay.
It's just 2 minutes left now. Minutes left.
Okay. We're online. I didn't see the time. I got so excited with the kids.
Yeah, they are just so interactive students we have got here that we didn't see the time.